is a lot of business that we are excited to take care of today. So I would like to call this meeting to order. Before we begin, I would like to read some of the rules of decorum that we have for every council meeting, not just this meeting, but every council meeting. We just ask that people be respectful during other people's comments, avoid cheering, jeering, because it could cause somebody to feel intimidated. We also ask that if you have a sign or a prop or other piece of equipment, make sure that it doesn't block somebody else's line of sight so that they can also follow the proceedings of the meeting unobstructed. Please don't approach the dais. If you do have something to hand out to the council or the mayor or mayor-elect, you can find a staff person who they're standing on the perimeter of the group here, and they will be able to take your materials and distribute it to the council. To begin today, we'd like to begin with the presentation of colors by the Salt Lake City Police Motor Squad, and then Vili Loholea will be performing our national anthem. Following the national anthem, the Motor Squad will lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'd like at this point to ask you all to stand with us and watch for the Motor Squad.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So a special thank you to the Salt Lake City Police Department Motor Squad for presenting the colors, and to Vili Loholea. for his rendition of our national anthem. I do have to say that in the time that Vili has served as the District 6 council liaison, I had no idea that he was a singer until we were preparing for this meeting. So Vili, fantastic job. Thank you for that. So I'd like to welcome you all to this meeting of the Salt Lake City Council. This meeting serves as the inauguration and oath of office ceremony during which the officials who are elected in November will receive and affirm their oath of office. I would like to extend a special welcome to the family members and guests of the council members, council member-elect, and mayor-elect, as well as all of the elected officials, community leaders, residents, and city employees in attendance today. Today, we're here to witness the recently elected officials take their oath of office. Councilmember Andrew Johnston, who will continue to serve District 2 for a second term. Councilmember Ana Valdemoros, who will continue to serve District 4. Councilmember-elect Daniel E. Dugan, who will serve District 6. And Mayor-elect Aaron Mendenhall, who will serve as Salt Lake City Mayor. After each affirms the oath, a key to the city pin will be placed on their lapel, followed by the signing of the oath of office document. The elected officials are then invited to take a few moments for their remarks. Following their remarks, they will take a seat among the elected officials sitting on the steps. So our first to take the oath of office today is District 2 Council Member Andrew Johnston, whose oath will be administered by Cindy Mansell, City Recorder. Councilmember Johnston will be accompanied by his wife Clarissa and daughter Caroline. So would you three please step up to the landing?
Okay, if I could just have you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity. Keep this one. Okay. Well, thanks for having me back again. If you'll indulge me for just a moment for some first-person thanks. There are some folks here that have meant a lot to me and still do, that I wouldn't be where in my life or serving the west side of Salt Lake City without them. Particularly, I want to thank some west side friends, many of whom are here today, who have supported us over this past 4 years. They've helped me so much personally, professionally in my day job, but also on the city council. And your work on the west side is reminds me about why it's important for us to take part and the good we can do. I want to thank my employer, Volunteers of America, Utah, and my coworkers. It's not always easy to work with the schedule I try and sort of hold and to actually work with a politician. And I want to give them my appreciation. They work so hard in so many capacities in this city and this county without a lot of recognition. So I appreciate all their work. A third thing, I want to express my gratitude for Moroni Benali. He ran against me this year in this election. I found him to be civil and thoughtful and hardworking. A democratic process does not work without choices for voters. And to respect the process, we must also have respect for those against whom we compete. I appreciate the fact that we can have elections under the rule of law that matter and that we uphold. I appreciate the fact that so many people will continue to work with me even if they didn't vote for me. I appreciate the fact that so many of you have come out today to express your love and appreciation for the city, and I assume to pledge your support as well to keep working as a group for this city. My family deserves probably all the credit for any success I've enjoyed in my life. And my parents and my siblings and extended family are here, and I especially want to thank my wife Clarissa, and you saw Caroline and Jackson, our son. They've sacrificed so much more in these 4 years than I have for this public service. And they don't get notice, and they don't want notice. But I know the things that they put up with. I know the time that they miss with me. And when our time is up on this, in this service, I hope that your picture will be with mine on the council chamber wall. That's probably a council discussion to come forward at some point. Probably a couple thoughts on the city at this point, and I'm going to keep this brief today, but I was tempted just to say we have done well and we can do better. It's difficult to truly hold these two competing feelings simultaneously, and they are feelings. Intellectually, I think we can do that, but when we feel it, I think it's harder. To take an accurate accounting of our successes and refrain from allowing that to blind us to our deficiencies requires a deep and abiding faith that the vexing challenges that confront us are solvable. I've served with a lot of good social workers in my day job professionally for a lot of years, probably 20 years now, and I'm consistently amazed by the passion that they can hold for so long, working on problems that probably are not necessarily solvable in the way that we think of other problems. We're talking about issues of poverty and inequality. We're talking about trauma. We're talking about mental illness, anxiety, and depression. We're talking about unaffordable housing. We're talking about unaffordable transportation and all the sort of negative things we have the ability to see, and yet for 20 years not fix. Every year I have a hope that we'll continue to make progress on these things, and sometimes I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like every time we fix one piece, another piece gets broken, right? And yet, this ability to say we've done well and we can do better, to live in the moment today, matters for that reason. I think it matters because we can't have a simple optimism about these things. We can't sort of say platitudes, and I think Carl Jung said that it doesn't matter what you say, it's what you do, right? We have to keep a belief that we can solve these. And it's got to be it's got to be abiding one. It's got to transcend current situations and circumstances, and it has to be followed up by our action. I'm not saying that we're going to finish things. I don't know that that's true or not. I think that we can put processes in place that can address the challenges that will confront us tomorrow. I think that we can do some significant things as a city to deal with equity, to make sure that everyone has a place here, that everyone has an opportunity. And not put us squarely on the burden of city processes or councils or administrations, not squarely on the shoulders of individuals and their individual circumstances, because it's a combination of all these things. Structurally and personally, they all have to come together. One of the things we can do. As a city, we have done well to begin tackling transportation issues. I will not recount all the work that we've done. That's for someone else, perhaps. But it is significant. The most important and far-reaching task for us may be maintaining a system of moving people and products most efficiently both within and without the city. Our success in protecting and even healing our environment, our ability to provide affordable housing and sustainable buildings, our delivery of economic growth and increased job opportunities for all residents, and creating an amazing quality of life and health for our children will have no greater catalyst than a sustainable, scalable, and simple multimodal transportation system. We can do better. We are the capital city. We must own that leadership role, but we cannot go it alone. We have done well to increase and improve our regional, state, and national relationships, and I gave credit to this administration, our past administrations, council members who have worked so hard on these things and continue to serve on numerous boards and other groups. Our success in addressing housing, transportation, health, education, economic and environmental challenges will impact and be impacted by those around us in this valley and other valleys on the Wasatch Front and back, and this state. We must continue to participate in coalitions, councils, and leagues that will keep us united in these efforts. We can do better. We've done well, but we can do better. All the resources and all the effort of this council and this coming administration, I hope, will be open and transparent to the process so that we can do it together. I anticipate that we can make major progress in these years because the time will come when the economics will not be as favorable. I also anticipate that you who are coming out today, and this is not a thing that you just do by chance, right? You have to show up outside of your work hours perhaps in the cold and take part in this. It means that you care. And I think for everyone here, there's probably 5 to 10 more people who care equally as deeply. I anticipate that we will be able to solve some of these issues soon and put processes in place that we can continue to address these issues as they keep coming up for us as we grow. May we all work to make this our reality as a city and each of our lives is my thanks and my prayer to you to this day in the name. In this setting, I think it's appropriate to also bind ourselves as a council and as a group to do better for ourselves and for those around us. And I think that we can, if we will, commit ourselves to these challenges. So thank you. Thank you for your time and effort. Thank you to those who have served with me and who are moving on to new things. Thank you to those who are joining us this day. I have much to learn from you. I hope that our friendships will continue in the future. And I anticipate that even as we all move on from this office at some point, that we will all continue to serve in various capacities in this city. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Johnston, Clarissa, and Caroline. Next to take the oath of office is District 4 Councilmember Ana Valdemoros, who will be accompanied by her husband and oath administrator Regan Duckworth and their children, Brooklyn, Corbin, and Cooper. Would you 5 please step up to the landing?
Please repeat after me. I, Ana Valdemoros, do solemnly affirm
I, Ana Valdemoros, do solemnly affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity. Thank you. All right. Okay. Dado que soy la primera candidata minoritaria elegida para el Consejo de Salt Lake City, quería aprovechar esta oportunidad para hacer algo que creo que nunca se ha hecho en esta ceremonia de juramento. Comenzar mis comentarios en un idioma que no sea inglés. Estoy más que conmovida por los constituyentes del Distrito 4, que me han convertido en la primera persona latina electa en la historia del Consejo Deliberante de Salt Lake City. Pongo junto al alma de mi pueblo mi propia alma, pero claramente no soy la primera líder hispana. Mucho antes de mí han trabajado arduamente con su liderazgo y ejemplo que han abierto puertas para que yo llegue hasta aquí. Gracias por este tremendo honor. Gracias por querer que los represente otros 4 años. El sueño americano todavía vive. Thank you for indulging me for un momento. My election makes me the first minority candidate elected to the council since its creation in the late 1970s. Accordingly, I wanted to take this opportunity to do something that I believe has never been done at a Salt Lake City swearing-in ceremony, begin my remarks in a language other than English. Last January, the council appointed someone that represents a large portion of our city that did not have a seat at the table. As Michelle Obama recently wrote, "Sameness breeds more sameness until you make a thoughtful effort to counteract it." Charlie, Aaron, Andrew, Chris, Amy, James, thank you for your thoughtful effort in giving me the honor to represent the city's ethnically diverse population this past year. However, it is important to note that in Salt Lake City, giving a person a seat does not mean we take away someone else's spot at our table. We do not build walls, but build longer tables for all of those who want to sit with us. Salt Lake City has become a sanctuary for diversity. 1/3 of the city's residents are now non-Caucasian. More than 25% of the city's population is now Latino. As a Latina immigrant in a leadership role, I have the opportunity to encourage other minority residents of our city to become civically engaged in our community, which is vitally important to advance our city. As a council member, I have cherished the opportunity to connect the council with diverse groups to improve the council's dialogue, education, growth, and community participation in the civic process. It is very important to me to be a bridge to connect all of the residents of Salt Lake City, regardless of walk of life. United, we're certainly stronger. I will continue to work towards a city where everybody can find a home, grow a business, and raise a family. Thank you, District 4, for this honor. Thank you, voters, for allowing me to serve you for 4 more years. Thank you to all the supporters that believed in me even from before day one. While I am the first elected minority to the council, I am certainly not the first elected minority in our state. I stand on the shoulders of many giants of our community, some of which are here today. I am truly grateful for the years of public service and all the doors they've opened for me. Thank you to my kitchen cabinet for all the suggestions and work you've done to help me in this campaign. To my field director, Keaton, my intern, Lauren, 2 brilliant young minds. Thank you to Jack for his dedication on the phone. Thank you to Ale and his team at Landslide Political. Thank you to all my family, my kids, my in-laws, and my friends, all of which are there constantly cheering me on. Campaigns take a lot of time and even more support. I would not be here today without all of you. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my best friend and brilliant campaign manager, who happens to be my husband. His dedication to me has been unmatchable, and had it not been for his intelligence, diligence, and organizational skills, I would not be here on this stage today. I cannot believe how lucky I got a little over a year ago when we got married. Little did I know that I had found the perfect partner to navigate all of life's opportunities given to us. I love you, Regan. 20 years ago, I moved to Salt Lake City from Argentina to attend school at the University of Utah. Shortly thereafter, I walked up those very stairs, so these very stairs, to start an internship with what is now known as the Department of Economic Development. A lot has changed in my life since then. Life is full of surprises, some good, some not so good. But because of this great city, I have been given so many opportunities to succeed despite my accent, my skin color, or my gender. In August 2018, I became a citizen. Shortly thereafter, I was able to participate as a voter in an election, something I had longed to do while going through the immigration process. Last November, I was again privileged to vote, but this time for myself. I'm truly honored and grateful for all the opportunities that this amazing country has afforded me. The American dream is still alive. I look forward to continuing my representation of the diverse residents of District 4 and to work hard for all residents of our city. To the many residents of Salt Lake, I say, obrigada, merci, grazie, arigato, mahalo, toda, shukran, shishie, gracias, thank you.
Okay, congratulations, Councilmember Valdemoros. And I also want to thank Regan, Brooklyn, Corbin, and Cooper for being here and sharing this experience with us today as well. Following the next oath of office, Council Vice Chairperson James Rogers will resume conducting the meeting. At this point, I do want to leave the script a little bit and thank Mayor Biskupski for her 4 years of service as mayor to the city. So thank you, Mayor. I want to congratulate my friend, council member anymore, Mayor-elect Erin Mendenhall to her election as mayor as well. So thank you. So our next to take the oath of office is District 6 Councilmember-elect Daniel E. Dugan, whose oath will be administered by Cindy Mansell, the city recorder. Councilmember-elect Dugan will be accompanied by his wife, Sarah. So would you both please come up to the landing? After Councilmember Dugan is sworn in, he and I will exchange seats on the dais.
Just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge my duties
and I will discharge my duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Good afternoon.
What a beautiful day. Love it. Thank you, Vili, for that beautiful national anthem. Thank you all for participating in this time-honored practice of handing over the torch. Thank you, Salt Lake City and District 6, for giving me the privilege to serve as your new council member. I'm honored to have this opportunity and honored to serve with this great team sitting before us. Thank you, Mayor Jackie, Councilmember Luke, for your dedicated service and commitment to our city. Thank you, Sarah, for being my soulmate and my campaign manager. We did this together. Thank you, Greg, for your drive and passion and your nudge to get me to run. And thank you to all the volunteers who knocked on countless doors, wrote postcards, and believed in the mission. Recently, I was talking to a group of students about getting involved in their communities, and I made the comment that as an Army brat, I had moved 10 times before I had my driver's license, and 10 more times as a naval officer by the time my family and I moved to Salt Lake City. I had spent my entire life being told where my next home would be. I was never really part of a community. So when Sarah and I got to pick a place to call home, our first real home, we chose Salt Lake City. It was an easy pick. The mountains, the four seasons, the arts, the music, and the proximity to the airport. Now, over 15 years later, I can say that what really makes this the best place to call home is you, the people. So thank you to the Jacksons, the Bartas, the Overfelts, Robin and Luann, Sue and Lisa, the La Crosse community, and a whole lot more out there for making this a wonderful place to live. Now I get the privilege of representing these same people and the same place that is my chosen home. Now I have the honor of ensuring that Salt Lake City remains the amazing place that it is for years to come. And I'm going to need your help to do it. I was elected because I had many of you working with me and will continue to need your help moving forward. This is our city, and more importantly, this is our home. I am passionate about the health of our home, the land we stand on, the air we breathe, the water we drink. More specifically, I am passionate about the quality of our people's health and our planet's health. When we work together to make improvements to the mental and physical health of all our neighbors, whether they're swinging on the monkey bars at Liberty Park or moving into assisted living at the Ridge, we are more productive employees and business owners, we are more focused students and teachers, and we are better family members and caregivers. And when we care for our planet's health, from the top of the H-Rock to Rose Park, we are paid back in a beautiful place to hike, bike, play lacrosse, and enjoy the benefits of our big backyard. I believe that when we focus on the health of our people and our home, we will solve problems. And yes, experience sustainable economic growth. The problem is, the current thought process is backwards. We think profits first, with health and environment as afterthoughts. The profit-first mindset is costing the Wasatch Front millions in poor health and poor quality of life. And if we fail to take care of our environment and the health of our residents, our economy will be negatively impacted. In this new decade, 2020, we must switch the dialogue. We must think and act differently. It ain't going to be easy. It takes discipline, it takes teamwork, and yes, it takes sacrifices. I'm up for the challenge. I hope you will join me. Salt Lake City and District 6, thank you for giving me the responsibility to serve you. To my fellow to my fellow council members and Mayor Mendenhall, I look forward to working with you. Let's have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, former Council Member Luke. We appreciate you and all that you've done for Salt Lake City. You know, the great thing about conducting these meetings is that you're in charge, right? Nobody can tell you what to do or tell you to sit down. So I'm going to embarrass somebody before I end this meeting, and I'm going to embarrass somebody that knew me as a little boy, that I spent many a days in his office, in the principal's office, getting in trouble. And that is Mr. LaMalfa. I sat in his sixth grade. In sixth grade, I was in his office probably every other day. So I think that your son had a little of that. He got a taste of that for 2 years while being on the council. His wife, Erin Mendenhall, has had it for 6 years. But like I did 4 years ago, I'm going to end this meeting before Erin can get up here. Just kidding. Mayor Biskupski. I did that to her last 4 years ago. So it's deja vu. Our final official to take her oath of office is Mayor-elect Erin Mendenhall, and she's going to be joined by Kyle LaMalfa, her husband. But before she comes up, we're going to repeat this. Erin, come over here. Let's do a selfie. The last moment of Council Member Mendenhall's career on the council.
You're in the selfie, you know. Hold on, flip that thing.
There we go.
Thanks, Gene.
Yep.
Make sure I have a speech here. Okay. Hello, handsome.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
With fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Cindy. I'll hold on to that. Thank you. Somehow the sun always comes out on Inauguration Day here in Salt Lake City. Thank you, Cindy Mansell, for administering my oath of office yet again, and for your continued dedication to the accuracy and transparency of the work here in City Hall. Thank you to all of you here. I heard Governor Herbert is here. I know that former Governor and Ambassador John Huntsman is here with his family. Thank you. Former Mayor Ted Wilson is here. I see Ralph Becker in the audience. I hope Palmer DePaulis is here. There are state representatives and senators in the audience, mayors from other cities around this county. council members from other cities around the county, thank you for being here. And my dear campaign team, brilliant Ian Koski, Gabby Romney, Luigi Guadarrama, Georgia Gregerson, June Hyatt, Ryan LeRae, Debbie Sigmund, Jamie Stokes, Eva Lopez, Alex Emmons, Ethan Copier, Liba Kazi, Tommy Yapis, Gwen Springmeyer, John LaRue, and Neil Morgan, many others. And to my amazing campaign manager, Patrick Costigan, you have inspired me, you have all taught me, you have tried me. Thank you for keeping me going and for the work that you dedicated to this city. And to our dozens of volunteers, I could not be standing here without your support, your love, and your dedication. Thanks in particular to Remley Robbins and to all my friends in labor unions, the Salt Lake City Firefighters Union, the AFL-CIO, the Operating Engineers, Central Fed, Salt Lake City Police Union, 15 labor organizations in total, working class families and people who are the front lines of public service in this city. I am, as I have been for years, honored to have your support and to support you in my work. Thank you to the ecclesiastical leaders who are here today. And thank you to my council family, Charlie, James, Amy, Chris, Anna, and Andrew, Cindy, Jennifer, Lehua, Priscilla, and the 24 other amazing people who raised this work of public service to a level of revere and honor for the public that we serve, so that council members aren't just bettered by the public, but by the staff who support us. We have been through a lot as a council family, as a city, and I know that we will yet go through high waters. I know your commitment to the good of this city, and I promise to work with you as we grow. Mayor Jackie Biskupski, thank you for your leadership through the last 4 years and before, and the courage you have brought to the values of equity, environmental sustainability, and expanding access and affordable housing for all throughout Salt Lake City. And to the more than 3,000 additional public servants who work for Salt Lake City Corporation, I enter this office today with honor for the work that you do and a passion to build a culture that respects, honors, and listens to you, because without you, none of this is possible. And to my family, my dearests, my Everett, Cash, Mila, and Kyle, I love you. Kyle, never before in Salt Lake City has a person been the mayor with a husband who has held office in the same city. You know me, you sympathize with the work unlike any other. And you parent our amazing children with such grace and love. Thank you. To our parents, Sue and Tony, John and Lisa, Marky, my mom, my father, Don, who isn't seated with us but is surely here in spirit. To my grandparents, who aren't here either, but my grandma, whose coat I wear. I love you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks to my sister Nancy, my brother Blake, his lovely Chelsea, and our cousin Carrie, my brothers-in-law Liam, Eric, and Jeremy, and to Jared. I have an awesome family, and I'm blessed beyond my wildest dreams to call you my family. So here we are, on the east steps of what is arguably the most beautiful building in Salt Lake City, where we mark this moment with intention. I ran for mayor because of the fundamental truths that drive me to public service. I love this city and our people. I see a path to achieving a greater future, and I am willing to work. There are so many good elements at play in Salt Lake City today, so many bright opportunities and reasons to work for progress, even 200,000 good reasons. The people who call Salt Lake City home and the public servants who do the work of this city, plus another 200,000 people who travel here 5 days a week to go to work. They all inspire me every day to wake up and find ways to make Salt Lake City work better for you. The fundamental work of being mayor is to ensure that the city runs well for its people, all of its people, every hour of every day. The next step is to build a better tomorrow. to forge new paths for our people and our communities to thrive, to harness growth for the good of all, and to build environmental resiliency into every action and investment that we make. I bring into this office 6 years from the City Council and as many more as an air quality advocate, informed by community organizing and listening. You have taught me at every step. Over the last many months, I met with members of our community across this city, sometimes at libraries, some at their doors, their backyards, their dinner tables, listening to their priorities, their ideas and concerns. I'm really grateful for the dozens of people who came out to meet with me and the hundreds who have reached out in other ways. Across the board, people expressed a strong desire to help make Salt Lake City a stronger city for all, and their willingness to work on those efforts. Salt Lakers like Bill, a chemistry professor who's willing to turn a shovel and organize to make our foothill trails into a better network and asset for our residents. And Salt Lakers like Kirsten, one of my friends at the Other Side Academy, who works hard every single day to contribute to the community and wants to help make it possible for others with criminal records who have turned their lives around to find housing here and call Salt Lake City home. Then there's Abby, a recent transplant to Salt Lake who offered pro bono research to scour the world for effective no idling approaches. And Sia and Vladimir, who I see here today, African immigrants who each completed their degrees at the University of Utah and are now tech entrepreneurs here, wanting to see other people of color better able to navigate and start businesses here, helping grow our economy as they are. And Joshua, a Rose Park native who's experienced homelessness and addiction, and today runs a successful painting company. He came to offer painting apprenticeships to youth in our community and to help plant trees in our West Side neighborhoods. These neighbors came to share their ideas because they know that none of us can do it alone. And fortunately, in Salt Lake City, we don't have to. The extraordinary people of this city inspire me each and every day. And although sometimes people call Salt Lake City an island, as I look out from this podium today, I see an ocean of inspiration. This is one of those moments that matter so that we've made a special ritual of the act here on the east steps of City Hall, the first Monday in January after an election. It is my third time standing at this podium after raising my hand to swear the oath and commitment to my duties as a public servant. It's my first time as your mayor. I am the third woman in Salt Lake City to hold this office and the 36th mayor of our capital city. It is the most humbling moment of my life. I accept this responsibility with honor and gratitude. On this very day, January 6th, in 1851, this city was formally organized as the City of the Great Salt Lake, and 5 years later, the seat of capital city was moved from Fillmore, Utah, here to Salt Lake City, and we're not letting it go. Our city has long led the way on new paths toward progress, and we've done so with political willingness, creativity, and tenacity. As the stakes have risen on issues from immigration to homelessness, equity and belonging, affordable housing, and climate change, we need that tenacity, creativity, and political willingness now more than ever. Our city will achieve more when we bring allies to this work. Our city will be stronger when every voice is not only welcome, but given the same level of respect and consideration. We are about to embark on an ambitious work of love for this city, an effort guided by our fundamental desire to make Salt Lake City a better place for every person who lives here, housed and unhoused, young and old, immigrant and native, families of all sizes, races, and cultures. We need each other. None of us can do this work alone. Not a citizen, not a council member, and not a mayor. I need you. We need you. We need your voice to help us shape the work to fit the needs that we have. Without your unique experience in this city helping to guide us, we will not be able to bridge the gaps, mend where there have been holes, and scaffold to heights we have yet to reach. Let's build a city that is a catalyst for progress greater than the sum of our parts, that brings people together, brings ideas and momentum to create new recipes for progress. We need to bring neighborhoods the business communities, nonprofits, philanthropies, education institutions, all together to take on issues with more voices and momentum. None of us can do it alone. Let's work together to make our city more accessible to all its residents, where entrepreneurs can put roots down and grow. Business can thrive with employees who travel by an expanded public transit system, where new Americans can bolster our diverse culture by bringing their authentic self, their hope, and their effort to bettering the citywide community. Let's be the city that works together to improve our air quality, not only through government actions, but through corporate and personal responsibility. A city that acknowledges we all breathe the same air and that it's all of us that must prioritize cleaning it. A city that works together to find the path through environmental challenges like climate change in the state's inland port. Let's be the city that evolves its housing stock to allow people in areas of low opportunity to choose homes in areas of high opportunity, leveraging their family's success and better connections to schools, healthcare, food, and jobs. Let's be the city that gets its financial house in order in anticipation of a sure-to-come economic downturn and accesses more federal, state, and county funds to repair our decaying roads and infrastructure. Let's be the city that works with all our neighbors, all 247 cities and towns that call Utah home, in sisterhood and brotherhood so that we may advance our common good together. Let's be the city that creates partnerships to make our transit system more convenient, affordable, faster than we could with only our city's taxpayer dollars. Let's build our tax base with startups and larger companies that embrace our city's values of ingenuity, diversity, and resilience, who can commit to offering apprenticeships, investment, and collaboration with our communities. And let's fight back against our polluted air and take an overdue step toward equity by planting 1,000 trees each year on our city's west side neighborhoods. I am grateful for the enthusiasm from the community to help make this happen. From offers to dig the holes to donations for the trees, I feel the tenacity, creativity, and willingness of my fellow residents. Your energy inspires me. We have a lot of work in front of us, but I'm excited to report that we have already begun raising private funds to help the ambitious 1,000 Trees a Year initiative get underway. As Barack Obama said, we will not change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are the change we seek. Salt Lake City, I hear you. We are not waiting for some other person or some other time. Change is in our hands, and we are ready. To get us started on this first day of this new chapter, I'm making 2 new commitments. First, starting today, will be the policy of Salt Lake City government to ensure the impact on our air quality is a consideration in every choice we make. The kind of big structural change we need to deliver on air quality can't happen overnight, but we have to start somewhere. Second, thank you. As a city government, we need to work for the people, all the people. That's something we can do better, both by going into our neighborhoods and listening to people's needs and ideas, and by making the government work more efficiently for them. For 6 years, I've worked alongside 3,000 employees who work for this city. I've seen what works and I've seen what isn't working. We need to listen to the civil servants who work day in and day out to take steps to tear down walls and silos where they exist and prevent us from working at our best. Residents don't look to City Hall and see dozens of departments and divisions. They see one government. Starting today, we're going to start acting that way and ensure our constituents, all of them, get the service and care that they deserve. The journey we begin today will not be without its challenges, but working together, we have the privilege of setting a course for our capital city that will shape and contour it for the better of generations to come. And so, to the city employees, to the entrepreneurs, educators, nonprofits, religious leaders, community organizations, and every Salt Lake City resident ready to press forward to a brighter day, I reach out my hand in earnest desire to join with you and a sincere desire to work with you through good times and bad, committing to let go of the parts of the past that do not serve us and focus on the present, preparing for the future to build the stronger, more equitable, and more accessible future every Salt Laker deserves. We can do this if we work together with love and dedication as one city committed to reaching its greatest potential. Let's get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Aaron Mendenhall. That's the first, right? No mayor-elect now. Whew, it's cold. The sun is set over here on us, and it is freezing. So before we adjourn, I want to introduce our cultural performers for the day. That's the whole reason why I think everyone's here, is because it's amazing. Our staff does a great job bringing cultural celebration in here. We have now I should maybe get Councilmember Valdemoros up here, but we'll see how my Portuguese does. Nonantzin Folclórico de la Gente Latina, a group of performers who get together for the pride and the love of spreading their culture through Mexican dance. And I understand that they have 4 dances that they're going to perform for us, all in succession.
traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí con su rebozo de seda que le traje de Tepic. Cuando me traes a mi negra que la quiero ver aquí con su rebozo de seda que le traje de Tepic.
Let's hear it one more time for Non Dancing Folclórico de la Gente Latina. In closing, and in behalf of the City Council, I would like to welcome council members again for another term, Johnston, Valdemoros, and newly elected Dan Dugan. Welcome to the council. And of course, Mayor, we look forward to much hard work, so let's get to it, right? Please join us for the reception on the first floor by entering through the City Bird here at the north or through the ramp over here on the south. And that concludes the inauguration and the oath of office ceremony, and thank you for attending.